My name is Giles Deacon, we're here at the V&A in the Raphael room on the day of our Fashion in Motion, which is, we kind of decided it to be I suppose almost a retrospective, which always sounds quite a lofty word, but it pretty much is that, of our favourite pieces of the last 6 years. Today's been amazing actually at the V&A. It's been a real honour for me to come into a room that when I was at St Martin's exactly 20 years ago, I used to come in here and draw an awful lot in this very room. So to be in here 20 years later doing a retrospective of your favourite pieces of the last 6 years of your work is incredibly flattering to be asked to come and do, and I'm really delighted to be doing it. The work today is since setting up my own label. I've worked for other houses previous to that, but you know, kind of Gucci and Jean Charles de Castelbajac and Bottega Veneta in Italy. So this is all, you know, under my eponymous line, I think the official term is. We've shown 60 looks today out of, I think when we worked it out, there was just over 700 to choose from. There was a couple of pieces that I would have liked, but unfortunately they were way too dead and would require like 2 months work to get them made, which is something we must do because they're important pieces. But it was really good fun going through all the collections to see things that we maybe hadn't thought had been so successful from a kind of technical level at the time, and really standing up on their own X amount of years later, which is kind of what I've always really wanted within the work that I do, is that the pieces, sure, they're in a term of fashion time, but they're also timeless, so people can lock them away for 20 years, get them out, and they're then super interesting. So I really like that. We work predominantly in lots of heavy silks, which we hand print, then embellish ourselves, and we do lots of fabric developments in-house, and then we kind of elaborate upon that and then send them off to people to then develop further or to be produced into kind of, you know, manufacturable fabrics. But the whole development is all in-house, which is a really nice way of working as opposed to just going and buying kind of fabrics from the shelf as such. I mean, that was an amazing piece. That was done working with Stephen Jones, who's been a long-time friend and collaborator, and we had this really beautiful strict corset in a brown heavy silk, and then all these plastic kind of almost quite beak-like sequins coming off it. And when Stephen saw it, he was like, I know exactly what should go with this, and did a sketch of this kind of collar with these amazing long pheasant feathers, and put them all the way around, and it just has the most extraordinary kind of floaty movement, then all this kind of very strict and kind of spiky aggression. It's really a really nice and interesting piece, I think. We were having a meeting about what we thought it should be, and we were drawing all these shapes, and then Stephen just sort of jumps up in his own inimitable, beautiful way and goes, it's a Pac-Man. And then, because I need no encouragement, I was like, brilliant, Pac-Man it is. So we haven't been sued by Namco yet, though. Have you had any feedback at all from? Everybody thought it was rubbish. No. The feedback we've had has been incredible, and I think one of the most interesting things about doing an event that's essentially open to the public as opposed to doing shows where it's kind of press and buyer orientated is that it's people coming along for like a real passion for fashion and a passion for design and a passion for art. And I think in today's society something really interesting, it's not about celebrities, which is a nice thing. They're an important part of our industry, but I think this is your kind of hardcore people who just love design and fashion.